Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be reacting to the announcement speech for Mike Pence 2024. So former Vice President of Donald Trump, as you all should know. I'm going to be reacting to it. Let's see if he brings the sauce or if he's going to be boring Mike again. Lion Mike. Anyway, the point being is that right now I'm not really sold on this whole Mike Pence experiment. What I will tell you though is that, I may or may not have a friend that's pretty much the size of Grimace who may or may not be working for Mike Pence, and he legitimately thinks that Mike Pence will win the election or something. Very absurd stuff. So we'll see if my friend is vindicated or if he's going to be coping eating Twinkies by the end of the video, because it seems to be not so, it's not looking so lucrative for these people running as like a fifth place candidate in these primaries. So let's see what happens. Who cares about this music, by the way?
Want to share with them. So Michael, Sarah, Charlotte, Henry, Audrey.
Mike's wife is older than him by a little bit, but still kind of cringe. Also, Mike Pence has had white hair since like age 40, by the way. What's up with that? It seems to me as if it's, I don't know, he just doesn't have good genetics, right? And so I don't care what his wife has to say. I prefer Casey DeSantis because not only is she more charismatic than whatever Karen Pence, I think that's her name. She's more charismatic than her, for one. And then the second thing, of course, is that Mike Pence is also, Casey's hotter. I'll just go with that. The chick has cancer, apparently. Still hotter. So anyway, let's get Mike Pence on the mic and we'll see what happens. Pathetic crowd, by the way. They're not even showing the crowd. What am I supposed to be looking at? Am I recording? Okay.
Secretary Paul Pate, Congressman Greg Pence, Speaker Todd Houston, my fellow Hoosiers, my friends in Iowa, my fellow Americans, it is great to be back in the Hawkeye State.
There's a shadow coming in from the teleprompter, very unprofessional.
Indiana will always be home for us. And I get why people make big announcements back home, in their hometown, at their resort, even on Twitter. But we wanted to be here.
Who wrote the script, man? This sucks.
We are here because
Jesus Christ, this timing is awful.
Iowa was the right place to start our engines for the great American comeback.
You're boring.
We just wanted you to know, men and women of Iowa, we know the next Republican nominee for president and the next president of the United States will get their start right here in the Hawkeye State. So we thank you all for being here. We're truly grateful, all of you that have come from near and far. I stand before you today, deeply humbled. As a son of the heartland, the grandson of an Irish immigrant. My dad was a combat veteran in the Korean War. My mom, a first-generation Irish American, who's 91 years young and looking on from home today. Hi, Mom. Our family lived the American dream. I married the girl of my dreams. And now you understand a little bit more about how special she is.
Bro, okay, look, if your wife was the girl of your dreams, then your dreams must have been nightmares, bro.
What the United States of America has ever had. Would you join me in thanking my amazing wife?
No.
Karen Pence.
She sucks. Not even mid. And I wouldn't be talking so much crap if, obviously, she weren't on the stage, but it's fair game.
Karen just told you, together we raised 3 incredible kids. We married 3 amazing spouses, and just in the past 2 years, we became grandparents 3 times over to the 3 most beautiful little granddaughters.
You only have 3 grandkids out of 3 children. You ought to have like 9
grandkids. Our son is a captain in
grandkids.
the United States Marine Corps.
I don't care.
Our daughter Charlotte is a best-selling author and married to a lieutenant in the United States Navy that just finished Top Gun. And our daughter Audrey is a
You have no eyebrows.
And now practicing law. Let me just say, as Karen did, we love you guys. And we miss you today.
He was waiting for an applause and he didn't get it. Guys, this is so awkward.
I actually started in politics in another party. You may not know that. But I got to tell you, as soon as I heard the voice of the 40th President of the United States, I joined the Reagan Revolution and never looked back. I came to faith in Jesus Christ as a man in college. And I started a lifelong love affair with the Constitution of the United States. For all of my adult life, as my brother just said, the introduction I prepared is pretty short. I'm a Christian, a conservative, and a Republican in that order. And it has been my honor to serve you, the people of this state and nation. Now, most Americans know me from my last assignment in the White House. What you may not know is I was also a congressman from Indiana for 12 years. I was a leader for House conservatives. We fought for life and liberty. I battled against big spenders in both political parties during those years, and most of them remember it. I was a governor in Indiana where we cut taxes, as you heard from Speaker Houston. We achieved record employment. We expanded educational choice, stood for the right to life and the freedom of religion. And as your vice...
By the way, I think he was the one that did the gay cake bill or something in 2015, and then he backed off of it, by the way, when the corporate conglomerates were threatening to leave Indiana. So keep in mind that he cucked on that issue.
I was proud to stand by President Donald Trump every single day when we made America great again.
Huh? What's his angle?
Everything
I don't know.
I am, everything I ever will be, I owe to my family, the people of this country.
I don't remember him being this bad 5
I
years
often
ago.
think of that verse that King David wrote. Who am I? And who is my family that you brought me this far? You know, I truly do believe in the boundless potential of every American to live the American dream. But traveling around this country over the past 2 years since I left office, it feels different, doesn't it? Talking to our fellow Americans, I see weariness.
He's like dollar store Clint Eastwood. I don't know what his affect is. He's talking like a Southerner, but he's from Indiana, so how does that make sense?
This country's in a lot of trouble. President Joe Biden and the radical left have weakened America at home and abroad. The confidence and pride that once lifted the American spirit to new heights not so long ago has given way to fear and a growing angst that our best days might be in the past. In many ways, our country has grown barely recognizable than just a few short years ago. There are crises everywhere. Our border's under siege. Inflation's at a near 40-year high. Gas prices are through the roof. Fertilizer and fuel prices are working a hardship on family farms here in Iowa and Indiana and all across the country. Crime is skyrocketing in our major cities. Real wages are falling and our national debt is piling up like a mountain range on our children and grandchildren.
Notice how when Donald Trump says something like this, he's fear-mongering and it's eliciting some sort of like emotional response from people, whether right-wing or left-wing, whereas with Mike Pence, you're kind of just like, bro, like, where's the punchline? Where is the part where I clap? You can't really tell with this guy.
And even taught to hate our history. And from boardrooms, our faith and beliefs are insulted routinely, while government agencies target concerned parents and punish consumers in the name of social justice. We're better than this. This country has been so good to my family, and I've been honored to serve it. We both have. And it'd be easy to stay on the sidelines. That's not how I was raised. I've long believed that to whom much is given, much will be required. That's why today, before God and my family, I'm announcing that I'm running for President of the United States of America.
So insecure when he said it, he had to shake his head to affirm himself in his mind. That was like maybe 10 people that said, I like Mike, bro.
I know we can bring this country back. We can defend our nation and secure our border. We can revive our economy and put our nation back on a path to a balanced federal budget. We can defend our liberties and give America a new beginning for life. But it'll require new leadership in the White House and the Republican Party. The crises we face, to borrow a phrase, are all man-made. And that man is Joe Biden. So the first step to turning America around is ending this disastrous presidency. So here in Iowa, we must resolve that Joe Biden will never be reelected as President of the United States. We must elect a new Republican president. We'll chart a course for our nation guided by our timeless principles. You know, the Bible says, without a vision, the people perish. And what's true of a people is also true of nations. Well, ours will be a vision that's grounded in freedom. We will rebuild our military and make it fitted to the times to defend our freedom in an ever more turbulent world. We will end political correctness at the Pentagon, and we will give our soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Coast Guard the support they need to defend this nation and come home safe.
That was way too long-winded to work. No, thank you. Dude, what has he staked out as a policy position that makes him different from anybody?
Here at home, we'll champion lower taxes. We'll extend the historic tax relief of the Trump-Pence administration. And we'll give the American people freedom from excessive federal regulations and get back to repealing 2 federal regulations for every new rule that we put on the books.
So far, he hasn't spoke ill of Donald Trump, so I'm guessing that he's trying to run for vice president, basically.
Spending spree that's driving inflation and making life more expensive for every American, and will set our nation back on a path to a balanced budget and make America's government follow the model of families by living within its means. We'll offer common sense and compassionate solutions to the debt crisis facing our children and grandchildren, and will free future generations from a mountain range of debt. We'll unleash American energy, open federal lands, and America will become energy independent once again. We'll break the unholy alliance between Wall Street and big government that's forcing radical ESG policies on the private sector. And when I am president, American families will have a champion in the White House. We will give parents the freedom to choose where their children go to school. We will reject radical propaganda, and we will demand respect for our history and religious freedom.
Oh my gosh.
And as your president, I will appoint men and women to our federal courts who will uphold all the God-given liberties enshrined in our Constitution.
Shut up.
First Amendment, freedom of speech and religion. The Second Amendment, right to keep and bear arms. And they will stand for the sanctity of human life.
Again, where is the uniqueness? Why would anybody vote for you over DeSantis, who's more popular than you, or Trump?
We will seek not to divide the American people, but instead to appeal to the better angels of their nature. You know, Calvin Coolidge said once, it is a great advantage to a president and a major source of safety for the country for him to know that he is not a great man. This I know.
Oh, dude, stop!
At our fill of politicians who present themselves.
Bro, I feel like I just stubbed my toe. Jesus,
Last place we gotta look for
dude. You
deliverance
suck,
to our
man.
government. What we do seek is leaders with the courage of their convictions and competence and character, and we offer our services to all of you in that spirit. Now, while some in this contest have already taken to criticizing the record of the Trump-Pence administration, let me be clear. I'm incredibly proud of everything we accomplished for the American people. Together, in 3 short years, we cut taxes, we destroyed ISIS. We stood with our allies and stood up to our enemies as never before. We made the strongest military in the history of the world stronger than ever before. We gave historic prosperity at home that lifted all Americans, regardless of race or creed or color. We achieved energy independence. Maybe
is not it, man. This sucks ass. You suck.
It was our
You
administration
suck.
that appointed 3 of the justices.
Okay, you know what? I honestly, I'm rage quitting it. I'm not watching it. I don't give a dude. Really? Are you joking? That was so bad. Okay, guys, I rage quit the thing because honestly, it was so boring. I cannot even quantify how bad this was. This is the worst political thing I've ever seen. He's worse than Joe Biden. That was not content. That was nonsense. And if I even upload this on YouTube, you know I hate you as a viewer because honestly, that was so bad. You don't deserve this, guys. We deserve better. I would rather vote for, get ready for it, John F. Kennedy Jr. at that point because honestly, yeah, he's a Democrat. Yeah, he's a liberal. But I mean, at least he's more entertaining. And the guy can't even speak, mind you. Gosh. So Mike Pence, you're trash. You're not even worth shining my shoes, Mike. You are ass. You are ass. And you're not Beyonce ass. You are fucking Lizzo ass. You are in the garbage bin if you even fit in it. And the garbage bin is on fire, mind you. It's a dumpster fire, folks. He is utterly felted. It's over for this guy. Because honestly, who is he going to sell to? Think about it. Why would you vote for Pence and not DeSantis? Right? Mike Pence believes the exact same shit as everybody else. But he betrayed Trump. At least with the DeSantis people, there's a little bit more of like a leeway cognitively of like, oh, well, he's not a complete traitor sellout to the liberal establishment. So I just don't think anybody's going to vote for Pence in the primary. And that's just my simple thought. We'll see if he can even get his relatives to vote for him at this point. It's just utterly atrocious. And, you know, I got to say, you know, people that support Pence at this point are Down syndrome at best. Maybe fetal alcohol syndrome. Anyway, see you.